Ear, ear, ear. Hopefully we get somewhere this morning with these, or with the chat. And I think that's a go. Ear, ear, ear. Okay, let's hope this works. What's going on, fam? What is going on? Good. Is it still morning? It is still morning. Oh, I'm only 8 minutes late. That's it. Good. Because, baby, I thought we were going to be like 40 minutes late today. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. All that good stuff. I'm waiting for the chat to load so that I can see what we got going on. Because I tried to go live for the members the other day. I'm going to just chuck it up to the stars. It wasn't my time. Hi, Deb. Hi, Will. Yo. I feel like a blast from the past there. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hi, Chinche. Where have you been? It's a long story. It's a long story. Hi, Jennifer. All right, so I don't want to be on here too long, which mid-sentence, man, midway as I'm saying that, I'm thinking to myself, damn, bitch, don't say that. We're going to be on here forever when you say that. It's like automatic. My intentions, there you go. My intentions are not to be on here for too long today. Those are my intentions anyway. Oh, shit. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, as I split the deck. Felicia, you want to get off of there? Come. If y'all see the camera shaking, the manager is on her bullshit. And I really don't feel like getting up to get her down right this minute. So we're just going to thug it out. I'm going to be using the Keymasters Tarot. Thank you. I may switch up throughout the read. I may not. Who knows? I don't know. Let's see. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. The head and the heart. The head and the heart. I will not lie. We have a Leo full moon slowly but surely creeping in the next like few days. And when I say or when I think the head and the heart, it immediately brings me to that point for this Leo full moon that's coming up. I know that like 2 days before that Leo full moon, there's a transit going on. I'm trying to remember the top of my head I read something about this shit recently, like maybe last week I was reading about this. I know that 2 days before the full moon, the energy of the full moon is going to be like extremely prominent all the way to like 3 days past. So we're going to have like a full week of the full moon energy being like extra heavy, more than normal. I got the hiccups. I'm trying to hold them in. And I remember specifically reading that because I remember the person that wrote the article was saying, in back of my head, I'm like, damn, I should have saved this so I could link it. But how the fuck was I supposed to know this was going to come up in a reading, right? The author of the article was saying that it made perfect sense for it being a Leo full moon because, Leo energy is supposed to be super intense. And so about 2 days before the Leo full moon, the day of the Leo full moon, and then for about 3 days after, the energy is supposed to be really like amplified. And I want to say that Leo full moon is like on the 12th or the 13th. If anybody in the chat knows, like put it in the chat because I don't know the exact day. But I think it's like the 12th or the 13th, that Leo full moon. Either way, the head and the heart, I think that it's imperative that we remain balanced. They're showing me the Libra scale, that we remain balanced, that we remain focused, that we do all the breathing techniques, right? Because it's going to be for about a good week. And I honestly, this might like fizzle. And it's like the remnants of this intensity might actually linger past that 5-day mark. But because it's going to come in like out of nowhere. It's going to be like everything is going to, even if everything is not great or everything is not okay, things are kind of just going to be like quiet. And then bam, 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 like for the 4 or 5 days straight. And then even after that, it's kind of still going to have like think of like a static shock. That's the way they're showing me it. This sounds very strange. If you're following along with me, you're the fucking real MVP because it sounds really strange, the analogy that I'm using. But the energy is just going to be intense. And I mean, it's a Leo full moon. So of course, it's going to be intense. You feel me? What else I got to say about it? I didn't think I was going to talk about the Leo full moon. First of all, I hope everyone is having a great week, has had a great week. And if it wasn't great, I hope that we understand exactly what was missing or what was needed so that we can continue to make the next week be a nice, good, productive, positive week, right? Happy Sunday. This is the first Sunday service and I don't even know how long, but who's counting? I miss the fuck out of y'all. I just want to say that. And I want to get on here and say there's going to be mad changes to the platform, but like I feel like I always do that. So at this point, we're just rolling with the punches and we're just going to be grateful that we're here right now. Your girl is going through the works. Like just my body going through the works. Is that time of the month, TMI, but we all family here. So it is what it is. That's why I'm like sitting kind of stiff and kind of crippled because physically I feel that way. But if I'm being real, like energetically, I feel good, which is a very strange space for me to be in. So Sunday service. Somebody's in the chat like, we back, we back, we back. But I didn't intend on speaking on the Leo full moon today in this live. But again, as I split the deck, for anybody who's coming in, we literally just got on. I was like 8 minutes late, but like ain't nobody counting. Nobody's counting, okay? I cracked open the deck, the Key Masters Tarot, and the Head and the Heart, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. I showed the camera, and then I started talking my shit about this Leo full moon. If anybody who's in the chat is on Discord, because I'm just like, damn, I did this shit all the way backwards. I didn't even let the Discord know that we were coming live. baby. Ooh, Queen of Wands and the Four of Swords. This right here tells me or reminds me, this is spirit reminding me to remind y'all, reminding us to have grace for yourself. Have grace for yourself. Somebody has felt out of touch. Specifically, that's the way that they're telling me this. Um, Out of touch or like not in tune, not tapped in. Touche. Somebody has not felt themselves in the area of the confidence bracket, right? And spirit is literally saying like, have grace, have grace. It's funny. One of the OGs was basically telling me this yesterday. Because I know sometimes y'all don't be seeing me for a while, but like me and some of the OGs, we definitely all the way tapped in, like all the way tapped in. Like I fuck with them really, 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 really bad. And one of the OGs was telling me yesterday, like, girl, woosah. You feel me? Queen of Wands and the Four of Swords. Woosah. That's what that is. Okay. Woosah, Bookie Butt. Woosah. It's crazy because the cat, she just been chilling, but like I feel like she knows I'm live. It's got to be something about the camera. Ooh. I don't know why I thought that there was another card behind this, the moon. First of all, as I was shuffling, I wanted to say like, because I don't think I've been live. Have I been live in Aquarius season? I don't even remember. Either way, point is, happy birthday to all my Aquariuses. Shout out to all the Aquas. It's Aquarius season currently still. We're slowly but very surely creeping into Pisces season. I do want to say this, right? Let me knock on wood. But normally by this time, me and even a few of the OGs, we already clutching our pearls by this time. A little bit worried about Pisces season that's slowly but surely approaching. This year, I gotta be real honest, I haven't been in that space. It's almost like the moon card came out and I was like, oh shit, it's about to be Pisces season. Like, oh shit. So I guess the surprise, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. It's been this way since forever, right? Aquarius season, then Pisces season. For some reason, I'm just like, but it doesn't feel bad, which is very interesting to me. It doesn't even feel scary. It's just like, oh shit. I almost forgot about this, but I got to do this. Because inevitably, we do got to do it. We do got to do it, right? We do got to go through it. It's like, holy shit, this is the next step. Oh, this is the next part. But it is the moon card. I don't know. I don't know. But then the moon, the Four of Swords, something is going to happen that's going to kind of take you by like a little bit of a surprise. This doesn't feel negative to me, collective. It feels full of purpose. Because with the Four of Swords, this tells me that what's coming in, even though it's unexpected, they keep doing this to me and they keep going like, oh, shit. These hiccups going to be the death of me today. It's something that's going to come in that's going to assist. This wow factor thing may not be what's healing you or what's going to heal you, but it's going to at the very least, assist you in this part of your journey or in healing this thing that you need to be healed or help healing in order to get to the next point, and it's in order to get to the next level, in order to get to the next stage, however you look at it. The star, the moon, the Four of Swords, the Star card, the King of Pentacles. This is somebody understanding something from a different standpoint, because we saw the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, and now we're seeing the King of Pentacles. So somebody balancing their head and their heart, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, went from a Queen of Pentacles position to a King of Pentacles position. Ten of Swords. Eight of Wands. No. Tell me there's more than this. There's not. Holy shit. For some of you, this unexpected thing may actually be a conversation. Whether this is going to come in as like a conversation with someone else that you weren't expecting speaking to this particular person, or you weren't anticipating having any conversation with anyone that was going to bring you some type of healing or understanding. There's an unlikely source, which I kind of low-key feel like we were tapping into an unlikely source or an unlikely scenario. I feel like we did tap into that. Hold on. Let me get this. The fact that six, yes or yes. Yes or yes. I don't want to move too much and then fuck it up. Can you guys see me now? Can you guys hear me now? So a little glitch, I didn't really say much because I saw it glitching. What I basically was saying was that I have six cards on the table, six cups. I have six cards on the table. And so now I feel the need to clarify. So I'm going to pull from the African Tarot. I was saying I have the Moon, I have the Five of Swords, I have the Star, I have the King of Pentacles, and I have the Eight of Wands. We're new here, never been here before. When I say the Five of Swords, it's this. The 10 and the 4 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. So it's something that is going to be healed. It's something that you are going to end, or it's something that you are going to wrap up, or that is going to be wrapped up. But in the midst of it, or in order to get to that point where you're healing and everything is good, and even if it's not great, it's better, you're in a better position than where you were. Because that's what I'm getting with this. I look blurry as fuck and I can't see the chat. This is not today, Satan. Not today. Let me try to turn this Wi-Fi. Hold on. Not today, Bookie Butt. Not today. You heard? We good or we great? Let me know. We good or we great? I'm like, let me know. And I can't see the fucking chat. So I'm going to give it a second. Hope that it clears up. And for all the weirdos watching me that don't like the tarot or don't like me, when I did this, it was magic. So you might want to get up out of here. Anyway, getting to this point is not going to be easy. But I feel like we already knew that. And I just wanted to highlight that because of the Five of Swords. You feel me? It ain't going to be easy. Somebody's going to have to make some really tough decisions, or a really tough decision. For someone, closing something out, ending something, moving away from something is not going to be an easy decision. Somebody may be getting closure from a situation that may have transpired in the past that was really difficult. But I feel like, because, so like, for example, if this is a relationship, friendship, platonic or romantic, it doesn't even matter. If this is some type of like relationship, you had to walk away from something or walk away from someone, and you may not have had all the answers. You may not have had clear understanding on anything. All you knew, because you felt it, right? The head and the heart, because you felt it, was that you needed to move away from something. Years later, months later, however long later, it kind of seems like there's going to be some type of dialogue that's going to either help you gain some type of clarity or gain some type of closure, or there's going to be some type of dialogue that's going to come in because you have healed something, because you have closed something out, because you stop wondering why. It's going to be different for everybody. It's going, and I'm saying it's going to be different for everybody because I feel like somebody's like, I don't need the closure. But I think you do, but I don't think you realize that you need the closure. Because when people say they want closure, or when they say they don't need closure, is because the way they throwing mad shit at me, I'm like, give me one thing at a time. I'm slow today. I'm slow today. Somebody, be careful not to push this away. Let's start there, right? Baby steps. Be careful not to turn this away. Be careful not to push this away, because even if you feel like you don't need it, if it's being presented to you in any form and fashion, if there's some type of closure or some type of resolve, that I think that's what it is. It's some type of resolve that's being brought to you, but you're standing there like, I resolved this 3 years ago. I resolved this 6 months ago. I resolved this last night. I resolved this on my own 7 years ago. There's no need for this. So some of you are more inclined to be like, I'm good on this. Somebody may have reached out. They want to speak to you about something, or they want to speak to you, and in your mind is like, there's nothing really to speak about. This has been done. This has been closed. I've been moved on. I got a new job. I got a new spouse. I got a new apartment, like whatever, But I just feel like because it's being brought to you, there's something in it for you. Like, if this isn't, be very careful of what you're turning away, collective. Some of us could still be walking around with a chip on our shoulder because we had to do something on our own. It's like, because you had to heal something on your own, you low key, high key bear that resentment of like, if I did it by myself, I don't need you for anything at this point. So like, why would we be speaking? Why would I care about what it is that I don't already know? I already fixed myself. I already healed myself. I've already moved past this. I do feel like because it's still coming up, there is something for you in it, even if you don't see it. So I don't know how many more ways to Sunday I could stretch that, but the Page of Cups and the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. It's literally giving yourself some grace. I'm going to pull one card for each of these six, and then we're going to move on, because once I see an Eight of Wands on the table, I'm glitching my damn self. Like, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, there's two cards here. Got you. What's up with these two cards? Two. The only one that got one card so far was the moon. Oh, shit. Why Spirit will have me on here on a day like today? Why? Like, why? Clarifying the moon. The card is face down. For the OGs, I definitely do not need to explain that if it's face down, for me, the reader, oh, my bad. I keep forgetting I got this. For me, the reader, this means it's something that's unknown. But as we all should know, the moon is something that is unknown. This is either two people having a conversation, and both this is reflective. The way this came out like this is reflective to me of like both people are sharing things. It's like there's certain things that you can express or that you're gonna say that this person wasn't privy to either. I'll be honest, I think it's deeper than that for this to fall out like this, face down. Ace of Wands in the reverse, and it was face down. There's something you don't see. Yo, I said this. Maybe this is why the Wi-Fi was fucking up. Because when I tell you, there's something you do not understand, that you do not see, that unless you give it a chance, unless you do something to rectify this, like something different than what you've been doing, for some of you, this may come across as something that has been repetitive. If this is romance, this is a fucking partner that you've kept going back and back and back, and you can't figure out why. But Spirit is literally giving you a chance to do it over, do it over, do it over, do it, because you haven't done it right, which is super triggering for me. So I seen a movie like 2 weeks ago. It was like some real old school Lifetime movie. I was in my bag, okay? But I was watching the movie, and it was about like some teenage girls, Lifetime movie. But it was about some teenage girls who fucking morons, if we're being real. And they were like bullies, mean girls, and shit like that, and they end up dying. They go out to a party, they end up dying in a car accident. One of the girls kept waking up the next day to do the day over. She kept waking up the next day to do a day over. I'm trying to think of the fucking name, but this was like 2 weeks ago. I can't remember the name of it. But as I'm looking at this, they're showing me that because the girl still died at the end. So when I'm saying this could be a relationship that keeps coming back around until you do it the right way, somebody's triggered watching me. Somebody's like, because I don't want to be with this person. But this is not so that you can be with them. There's a lesson that you're missing, or there's something here that you're missing, which is why something keeps coming back around. Until you do it the right way, you can't move on to the next stage. But the next stage for everybody isn't necessarily going to be you getting back with this person, or if it's a family member, it's not going to be you working things out with that person and being in that person's life and vice versa. So I want you to kind of get like your heads taken out of that, because somebody is like, I don't need this closure. Why they keep coming back? Or I don't need to resolve this relationship. Why they keep coming back? It's not about being back together or about the end, the ending result changing. This is to be cleared up so that you yourself can move forward to the next stage of whatever is next for you. Yeah, because in the movie she did it like 8 different times. It's crazy because I remember I was about to shut it off after the first like 15 minutes. Why I watched it all the way through, I have no idea, because it was kind of boring at the end. But the girl she still died at the end, but she learned the lesson of like, she understood why she had to die. Like she understood, like, I made these piss poor choices. I was living fucked up. What I did was not right. She also at the end, her last time, like her last, because that first day she woke up, she lived in her true mean girl self, was mean to everybody, her little siblings, her parents. Her and her friends were bitches to each other and bitches to everybody else in school. You know what I mean? Like, so it was just like a mean girl type of movie. But then after the first scene of her like having the car accident and passing away, she kept having to relive that day every day. And every day she did it different. Like once she, especially once she realized, oh shit, I'm getting an opportunity to change this, She she rebelled. She was just an asshole in one life, like one day. Um, for another day, she was like, she just kept experimenting to see what she could do to get it to stop. Which I feel like somebody, it's a hamster wheel, and somebody's on that hamster wheel. The last day that she actually got to live through, she got to make peace with her parents. She got to make peace with her siblings. Like she was nice with them. Oh, she was nice with them at the end, but she still died at the end. So it's like the ending of this is inevitable. The way this is going to turn out is inevitable. So somebody's like, what's the point of going? The Ace of Wands in the reverse, somebody can't undo what they've done. It's already there. You can't undo what's already done, or you can't change what's fated. You can't change what's meant to be. So what would be the point in going back? It's learning from what you've done, learning from your reactions, your responses, your actions. Like learning from that is the whole point here, because the Ace of Wands is in the reverse. The Ace of Wands being face down, collective, Spirit is like, you cannot pass go. You will not be collecting the $200. Like, no. In fact, go back to the back of the line, because we're going to go through this again. And until you get it right and stop dragging your ass and stop complaining, we're going to do it again and again. I'm telling you, the movie, I wanted to like throw the iPad across the room. Okay? Okay. Five of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Clarifying the Four of Swords. For some of you, this is something that you are going to have to heal. Somebody has put themselves in a position where they are on their own. You know that saying, misery loves company? Somebody is miserable and they've placed themselves in a position where either they have pushed away everybody else with their misery, we definitely got this a few months back, because the nine of Pentacles speaks of being like singled out, like being alone, single individual, right? But the Five of Cups is a lot of pain. The Five of Cups is a lot of regret. So somebody has the financial means, right? This is we tapped into this a few months ago with somebody who like dug themselves deep into work, and they have a lot to show for it, as far as like their work ethic, their abundance, their financial situation. This is the head and this is the complete opposite of the very first message with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody's head and heart not being in alignment. This is somebody who's just making it, barely making it day by day, not financially. This is somebody who is financially, they're fine. They're figuring it out. They're getting it done, whether they hustling, whether they busting their ass working, don't even matter. They doing it. But somebody's heart is not in a good space. This is somebody who is without the person or the people that they love. This is somebody who's lonely. This is somebody who has a lot of regrets. Five of Cups. There's a lot of people. There's a person who has a lot of regrets. This could be people. This doesn't have to be singled out to one person. However, it's going to be different for everybody, right? But this is somebody who has a lot to show for nothing. You got a big house, but you single, you by yourself. You turned away every partner. If you do have kids, kids don't want shit to do with you at this point. It's like you have all these riches to show for what? Because you're there by yourself. This is clarifying the four of swords, which is the healing. So again, either somebody has to heal so that they can get away from this, or somebody has to heal this. The fact that we tapped into this already, and this had to be like in the fall. It's funny because I was about to say fall, and in my head I'm thinking spring. It wasn't the spring; it was the fall time. So like October, maybe even September. I don't even know I was going live in September. I think I was. All right, clarifying the star. The two cards that came out are face down. So I really don't know how I feel about this, but we about to see in a minute. Clarifying the star. Oh hell no. Page of Wands and the King of Swords. Clarifying the star card, which the star card and the King of Swords are essentially one in one. Now, Wands, Page of Wands. I was just talking to you guys about the full moon in Leo coming up in a few days. I think a lot of us, specifically those of us who have heavy air elements, because let's not get it twisted. The star card is Aquarius, and we are literally in Aquarius season. So even if you're not an Aquarius, even if you're not a Libra, even if you definitely got no Gemini in your chart that you think or that you know of, this signifies for me that this could be this is a collective message. This is, even if you a Leo, even if you a Taurus, even if you a Cancer, it don't matter. We're all in Aquarius season currently, right now. Unless you're living in a different timeline and you watching me like in some time machine, then we all here, right here. Feel me? Specifically, those of y'all who have a lot of a lot of air elements, or for anybody who has been in their head a lot. This message right here, specifically this one, is for you. Because this right here is right now. The King of Swords with the Page of Wands. This is somebody who is being pushed, even if it's not physically, even if it's energetically. This is somebody who's being pushed towards expressing themselves, sharing things about themselves, sharing what they feel, who they are, what they desire, sharing that with not only like the world, or not only like their peers, but with themselves. This is somebody who's getting real honest, because it's the page. So the Page of Wands is very young, very, it's like not young that you're immature. It's young, like still vibrant. You know how they say when we're kids, we have like our imaginations are so elaborate, and we're so innocent, and we're so like naive, but like in a really happy and gullible way. That's the Page of Wands energy. So somebody, and for the Page of Wands to come out with the King of Swords, this is somebody who is also, if you're not here yet, you will be. This is somebody who is unapologetically expressing themselves, expressive. Somebody who's unapologetically expressive. You could be learning how to do this. You could be learning how to do it. If you fall under like fire element, like if you have mainly fire element, you have a history of, you may have a history of being impulsive. And so it kind of comes off the wrong way when you kind of just expressing truly what you're feeling. But I feel like this is, if you're mainly fire element, you're finding that balance, the head and the heart. You're finding that balance of how to do this, how to express yourself, how to communicate, Eight of Wands, in a way where it's not going to be harmful, but it's liberating, it's freeing, right? If you are mainly water element, then you're in a space here, or you will be in a space here where you're almost like learning that it's okay to express yourself in these ways, or to express yourself, period. Because if you have like mainly water element, then you probably have lived 2 lifetimes or more with people telling you you're too emotional, right? And so this is the water element, like, in us, because we all have it, right? This is the water element in us, like, nah, unapologetically, I'm gonna express how I'm feeling. I'm gonna, if I feel like I need to cry, I'm gonna do that. If I feel like I need to spaz the fuck out and crash out a little bit, I'm gonna do that. Like, unapologetically doing this with the Page of Wands. And what this is something to do with communicating clearly, effectively, consciously. Communicating and expressing yourselves consciously. I'm like, why? So they're talking to me about communicating, but I also had the Eight of Wands. Somebody's going to be presented with an opportunity to have a conversation with someone that, especially if this is someone that you have a chip on your shoulder, if you have resentment toward this person, if you feel like you don't need to have this because somebody's like, nah, I don't think about them at all. I don't have a chip on my shoulder. I don't hold resentment. But if somebody asks you to have a conversation, or if an opportunity is presented to have a conversation with someone, and the first thing you think of, nah, I'm good, then that's a chip on your shoulder. You may not want to admit that. You feel me? Um, but I think this is also calling for some of us to be in this energy, especially during there's a specific dialogue between you and an uncle, you and a parent, you and an ex, you and a sibling, you and your child, you and an old teacher, like whatever, you and an old enemy, you and an old business partner. I don't know. And clearly, collective, I don't think you know either, Bookie Butt. I don't think you know either. Okay. For the King of Pentacles, I got the Eight of Pentacles. I'm so. I just said, I don't know why Spirit got me live today. And Spirit said, because I said so, bitch. Because I said so. Because I started this reading with the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. And why I got the King of Cups, clarifying the King of Pentacles. So when I said the Queen of Pentacles went from the Queen to the King, the Queen of Cups went from the Queen to the King as well. So it's the King of Pentacles that we're clarifying. Clarifying the King of Pentacles is the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, which is the Nine of Pentacles that we saw up here. This is somebody rebuilding. I don't know if you're physically rebuilding something or if you are doing this internally, if this is like rebuilding your heart, rebuilding your feelings, rebuilding, reconstructing like how you handle things, how you move about things, how you deal with certain things. There is a rebuilding going on here, but I feel like at this stage, at this point, they keep doing this to me. At this stage and at this point, somebody is trying to be extremely vigilant and extremely conscious of the fact that they have to not only be really technical and, and precise, but they also have to be really true to themselves emotionally. This doesn't have to make sense. This doesn't only have to make sense in like a logical way. It has to feel right to me. That's different than what someone has been doing previously. Maybe that's why it's the Ace of Wands that's in the reverse. Because the Ace of Wands is more impulsive. It's almost, if I'm being honest, like something either happened or spirit has worked its magic. It's almost like spirit said, no, we're not doing it like this. It's not no longer going to be on the whim. It's no longer going to be impulsive. It's no longer going to be this grandiose thing. We're not doing none of that. What we're going to do is pump it back, slow it the fuck down, Page of Wands, because you're still getting a wand. Instead of the ace, we saw it in the reverse, it's the page. This would be somebody doing something, a new beginning for everyone, for all of us. Like, fuck it, all of us, we're good. Everything is fine. New beginning. Beautiful garden. This is the garden is beautiful, but it's the garden that's full of your favorite flowers. It's the garden that's full of your favorite animals. It's the garden that has the water fountains designed the way you like them. It's the garden with only red flowers because that's your favorite color. It's not the garden of like multiple everything for everyone. I don't know how else to better explain that, because they keep bringing me back to this Ace of Wands being in the reverse, and they keep showing me that meme. If you were OG, you already know what I'm talking about. The meme of the guy who is there's a little kid in the picture, and the little kid has a um really cute little teddy bear, and the guy is reaching for the teddy bear. He wants a teddy bear. The little girl don't want to give up the teddy bear, but behind the guy's back, with the other arm, the guy is holding a really, really, really huge teddy bear specifically for her. And so I don't know why when I see the Ace of Wands, that's what they're showing me, that meme. It's like somebody's saying, I don't need this because I've already moved on from this. I've healed this. I don't think you healed it. I just think you kind of painted over it, plastered over it, and Spirit is offering someone a chance to actually heal it, like actually heal it, so that it doesn't sting, so that even in the future, if an opportunity does come up in regard to this person or this situation or these people, that little sting that happens when you like, I don't need that shit. What I need them for? What I need to have that conversation? That doesn't even happen. Because if that's happening, you're still not healed from it. You're still bearing some type of resentment from the situation, from the person, whatever. When somebody's like, I don't need that closure for what? Just having that reaction signifies huge red flag that something is not yet healed. And so Spirit is, somebody keeps saying, why the fuck does this keep coming back? These feelings, this person, the situation. And Spirit is like, it's because you keep doing it the same way and settling for what you've gotten. You keep settling for the 9 of Pentacles. Don't you want the 10? Because you're going to keep getting this 9 where you're by yourself, where you're on your own. Even if you're in an active relationship, you are by yourself. This is like, if this is romantic, this is like you're with someone and you never felt more alone. Touche. Feel me? That's what that is there. So they keep bringing me back to the Ace of Wands in the reverse. It's like, no, let's start at the very beginning. Here, let's start here. You're too worrying about this. This is there regardless. This is not going to benefit you. This is not going to help you right now. You need to focus on this. That was the King of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles, because the 8 of Pentacles, the reason why I even picked up this 9 is because of this. This is the 9 of Pentacles. Again, but this 9 of Pentacles is for everybody. Energy, right? This is where everybody else is chilling. And this 9 of Pentacles, this is everybody going out to hit the clubs, hit the lounges, and chill and parlay, and their life is in shambles. Shit is like they out celebrating failures is my favorite thing to say. Right? They in debt and outside popping bottles and impressing people that don't give a fuck about them, people that they definitely can't call in a crisis. This is what's happening here. This is what needs to be healed. This is what needs to be rectified. And Spirit is giving someone the opportunity to come into the 9 of Pentacles, but a 9 of Pentacles that's their 9 of Pentacles. A 9 of Pentacles that they desire, that feels right to them, that's in alignment with them. King of Cups. The Ten of Wands, clarified by the Ten of Cups and the Two of Cups, which is the Three of Cups. 10 and 2 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 of Cups. If this is not a romantic partnership, this is soul tribe. And for some of us lucky ones, this is both. This is things coming together. These are things that can only come together when the things that are not ours, the drama that's not ours, the trauma that's not ours, the baggage that no longer belongs to us or doesn't belong to us. Once we decide to let that go, once we decide to move away from that, what's ours, what fits, what we've worked for, Eight of Pentacles, that's when this comes in. This is also spirit. This is in alignment because spirit has pushed this to the forefront. It's like, it's the little girl finally giving up the little teddy bear. This right here, this Three of Cups, this happy wife, happy life, because that's what this looks like. Even if it's not a woman, that's what this is giving me. Like, if you make, and for some of us, this is just you. All these cups, and it's just you. Once you're making your inner self, once your head and your heart, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, remember? So once your head and your heart are in alignment and in sync and on the same page, it trickles, that energy trickles down. So it's like, it's almost like someone's healing their bloodline. Their kids, their kids' kids, their kids' kids' kids type of shit. But this is somebody making sure that they're right inside. Even if that means doing things that your pride and your ego, because your pride and your ego will fuck you up every single time. Promise you. So this is somebody doing things, even though their pride and their ego is or has been kind of pushing them, distorting them to do things in a different way. That's what that is. Now, the Eight of Wands. For those of you, when this Eight of Wands came out, where you threw yourself back and said, nope, not me. This is real short and sweet, right? Because the opportunities will present themselves. They will. Now, if you're looking at this and you're saying, definitely won't, it's because this is where you are. The Strength card in the reverse. Now, Leo, the full moon in Leo. We came in talking about this. This is not going to fare well because this is somebody who and I'm going to read this in a way where it's going to, you can be at either which person here, right? Because this can play out a few different ways. This is somebody who is, they don't want to have this conversation because they don't want to admit that the situation still has them by the balls. The Strength card is in the reverse. This is somebody, because this would imply that someone is not resilient, and not because you're not resilient, but because you haven't bounced back from this situation yet. You haven't healed. Four of Swords. You haven't healed the situation yet, not internally. And because you're still refusing to have the conversation with yourself, with this person, with these people, this is why someone is like, nah, I'm good. There's nothing to clarify. There's nothing to have closure about. There's nothing to talk about. Why? Because you don't want this to be out in the open. You don't want to show your cards. You don't want to show your ass. You don't want to show, or you don't even want to see it for yourself. Now, for others of you, this is a conversation with someone, and even though you yourself have gone through the mud, you've already walked through this right here. You've already been through this. So you know that the healing, you're still in the process of it. Maybe you haven't completed it, but you're no longer in the baby steps of it. Spirit is testing you because the conversation may not be for your healing. It may not be because you're here. It may be because the other person is still here. And Spirit sees and saw how you were able to maneuver through this gracefully, right? And because some of us did this And instead of running for the hills because that Ace of Wands is in the reverse, or instead of giving up because the Ace of Wands is in the reverse, we decided to start again. We decided to pick up the pieces and keep it moving straight from here. You feel me? So for some of us, even the option or the opportunity of this even resurfacing, because someone keeps saying like this shit again. Well, yeah, it's gonna keep coming up because some of us made these contracts before we even got here. Some of us, we like to be called healers and shit, right? And when I say we, I use that term loosely because it still ticks me a little bit when people refer to me as a healer, right? As that, these are the things that you signed up to do. How can you help people? How can you heal people? How can you teach people, right? If you're not, hi baby, come over here. If you're not willing to do the things that aggravate you, the things that, because someone feels, it feels like aggravation. It feels like someone is someone's patience is for sure being tested. It's like I don't I don't want to do this again. But this is what you signed up for. This is part of the hard work. This is like somebody's making me feel like this is like grunt work. I don't know what field we're in here with this, but this feels like grunt work. This is somebody doesn't want to continue to pick up the pieces. It's not your job to pick up the pieces. It's your job to bring understanding or enlightenment to the people who need to pick up their own pieces. Maybe that's what you did wrong. Maybe you were in it and trying to help someone by helping them pick up their mess, but you was only supposed to do your part and then stand back and leave them the space to pick up their own mess. Maybe that's what this is, because specifically they're showing me that, like someone literally picking up like toys and messes from the floor, but you didn't make that mess. You can only give someone the tools that they need, and either they use them or they don't. I think for a lot of us, especially those of us who are like being approached with the opportunity to do this, and like really, this really triggers us or this really upsets us, is because we are automatically thinking of the work now that we're going to have to do just to be back involved in this. But that's the whole point. Spirit is, you're not the one that's supposed to be doing the legwork. You do your part, and your lesson here is to stay in your lane. They have to do the grunt work. They have to do their bottom of the barrel work. They have to pick up the work. You feel me? I don't know. Collective. I don't even know how long I've been on here because can't see the fucking chat no more. But I'll be honest though, I do want to pull from the Venetian. Why? I don't know. Because even the last 5 minutes, I'm like, were you really about to do that? Really about to do that? I'm about to do it. So I'm about to pick up this mess here real quick. So really quick, I have the African Tarot. I feel like I told y'all this already. I could have. I don't know why they're making me do this again, but here we are. The African Tarot is the cards that I clarified with. I also feel like I'm whispering. I don't know why that is, but whatever. So that's these cards. The African Tarot. King of Pentacles. Charlotte, don't move the camera, please. Thank you. If y'all see the camera moving, Shorty Ping Ping is back to her old tricks. Did you feel me? All right. And then the other one, that we use is the Keymaster Tarot, which I haven't used this. I mean, I haven't been live in a minute, but I haven't used this deck in a while, like a really long while. That's this one. It's this one. Page of Wands. Me shuffling, 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 and the Moon and the Five of Cups still here. All right. What I said I was gonna do? Oh, the Venetian. I'm already like, brace yourself. Brace yourself. Brace yourself. Six of Pentacles. That's karma, bad boy. That's karma. That's karma. Six with the Three of Pentacles is Nine Pentacles. Okay. I'm like, this is what we doing? Apparently so. Apparently so. So, Ace of Wands, King of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Six cards. Okay, Ace of Wands, which is the ring, the house with the King of Cups, the Dodge with the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, 2, 4, 6, 8, Nine of Pentacles with the coffin, the Six of Wands, Six of Wands, and then the King of Swords with the lilies, which again, the head and the heart. I know we saw the King of Pentacles before, and now we're seeing the King of Swords. Oh, shit. Yo, it's so random, because why the fuck are they showing me Dora? Like the cartoon Dora, Dora, the Explorer, right? But I think of Dora, and I immediately think of reduce, reuse, recycle. They're bringing me to the Dodge card. It's like somebody, all right. Somebody may be seriously reflecting on where they are in life or how they got to where they are currently. This isn't somebody who is satisfied with where they are currently. This isn't somebody who is looking back on their life and thinking, shit, I made it. I'm good. I'm doing great. No. This is somebody who is reflecting on what they've gone through, where they've been so far. This, I'm gonna be real honest, this is somebody who is afraid, even if they're not actively expressing it. This is somebody who's afraid of, like, I never anticipated being here, and yet here I am. And so what the fuck does that mean for me in the next 4 years? What does that mean for me in the next 4 months? Like, somebody is a little bit worried. Maybe scared is not the right word. Maybe worried, anxious about their position. This could be somebody regarding work. I ain't got no pants on. I just be on here spewing shit to y'all, but I don't got no pants on. Literally came from outside. It's snowing. It's cold. So I took off all my wet clothes. That's why I was 8 minutes late. I'm telling y'all this because I'm about to run to the patio and I'm in my, oh, I could use the blanket. I got a blanket around my waist. Yeah. Hold on. We in the ghetto. It's been a minute since I said that, right? But we in the ghetto. Hold on. Hold on. Let me not give y'all a show because this ain't OnlyFans. I don't charge enough for that. Hold up. It's brick. It's brick. Okay. Somebody. Might as well get a good, a cold juice, right? Hold on. Hold on. Coño, I can't breathe. All right. The Ace of Wands, King of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the King of Swords. Somebody is worried that they could lose their job. Now, this is either somebody who recently lost their job. This could be a job that you were doing this job for mad long. You were working in this place for mad long. And now, even though you're at a new place, a new job, or if you were laid off, they called you back. But now someone has that, it's like PTSD. Now someone has that complejo of like, okay, all right, let me, like, I'm nervous, right? Because I don't know, do I give my all to this or they gonna let me go in 2 months? Like, how do I move about this? This is anxiety. This is anxiety. And it's interesting. Tell me I got a charger here. Hold up. It's interesting, right? Because I need to stop whispering because I'm about to have to turn this off. Because I got to connect y'all to the charger unless we about to wrap. We've been on here for like an hour though. No. We're not done. I just froze my ass going outside. We're not done. So get the snacks. We're going to be here for a little while. Hold on. Hold up. 10%. I just be playing with my life in these streets. All right. Hold up. Where's the box? Over here. Hold on. All right. Okay. It's anxiety. This reading right here is anxiety. Somebody could be afraid. Somebody could be afraid of losing their home. Just interesting the way that they're put it. First of all, the fear and the anxiety that I'm getting is because of this motherfucker right here. I ain't gonna go into like details about this because I feel like I don't remember when this was, but it wasn't too long ago that I had like a whole thing, and then I don't even think he was on the table, but I distinctly remember going back and reading out of the book the meaning of this card, because the message that I kind of always get with this guy is the way that they just like cut him out. They just cut him out of the equation. He was like part of something, and the way that I'm explaining this is not giving it justice, right? But long and short, basically, his whole existence from one day to the next was no longer needed as far as like his work. But like back in the Venetian days, if you ain't have your title, you ain't have shit, right? So that's really how it comes across. This is why the fear, I'm feeling it here. So like I'm looking at this, me the reader, because I know I have mad readers in the collective. I'm looking at this like I'm afraid when it comes to my home, my stability, my marriage. Like I'm afraid. If you been paying attention to the news, America, right, with 3Ks, a lot of us can resonate with this. My home, my family, I'm afraid to even die because bitch, even that's expensive. Okay, it's expensive to die in America. Okay, that's this right here. This was this way again. If you see the phone shaking, that was Felicia saying what up, saying what up, hurry up, all that. That's what she's saying. What do white lilies? What do lilies signify? Let me look this up. Hold up, hold up. Oh, rebirth, renewal, divine connection. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Somebody, first of all, because it's like renewal, like pure. It's also a little bit like up there, right? Older. Somebody could have somebody, and I came into this reading talking about shout out to my aquas. Somebody could have like a family member whose birthday is in Aquarius, and they're up. No, I don't mean they're specifically pushing forward like someone who's like an elder, like I don't know, 80, 88, just because I want to be, like it's older, someone older. I don't. This may not, and again, it's if I'm looking at Aquarius, maybe that explains it because I'm like it's the King of Swords, but it doesn't have to be a male figure, but it's masculine energy because it's air energy essentially. You feel me? Like a grandfather, grandmother, like that. That's what this is right here. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back. I do want to talk about safety because I feel like someone doesn't feel safe or people they don't feel safe. Someone doesn't feel safe in their home, in their marriage. I don't know if this is some type of DV shit I'm tapping into. Because again, bringing me back to the Dodge is someone could be in a relationship where they feel like their role in the relationship is replaceable. Or someone is making someone feel like, it could be you, it could be you, it could be you, it could be anybody. If you leave, I could have someone replacing you in a second type of thing. Right? Someone feels replaceable. Now, I'm going to be real clear on this. For some of you, that message that I just said will resonate, but it won't have no ground to stand on. And so what I mean by that is some of you may be in a relationship with someone and you feel, this is your feeling. You feel like I'm with this person and we live together and we are together and we're building together and all these things, but the minute I do something that this person doesn't like, this person will replace me. Now follow me here, because I feel like for some of us where that resonates, your current person, your current partner isn't the partner. You feel that way because of a previous partner. And so it's like this. It's like you were dealing with somebody at some point for however long that made you feel like you were replaceable. Like you were, like you, it could have been anybody. It didn't, you not special. I don't need you here. I'm going to have someone here regardless, whether you're here or not here, right? It feels very DV. It feels very abusive. It feels like not good, right? No matter how long you've been apart from this person, away from this person, years, months, weeks, whatever, I feel like now, again, the PTSD aspect of this is making me feel like now you're with someone else and you're kind of operating from that same space of like, I gotta walk on eggshells, even though this person hasn't done anything to show me that I need to walk on eggshells or to show me that they will replace me in a second. This person's never even told me that, but I am walking on eggshells still because of what I was shown, what I was taught, what I was made to believe from this other person. Now, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could definitely be like the message here is the PTSD. Again, so if this is work, this is like, I've already experienced job loss. Now at a new job, I'm extra careful, right? Because I just got fired from my first job ever. I, I never expected that to happen. Now, if it could happen there, it's going to happen anywhere, right? Or this is like going through serious trauma with like family, parents, siblings, whatever, and now going into any friend dynamic or any type of dynamic with anyone. There's PTSD here from where you were. When this to me, it's very, somebody needs to differentiate. Somebody needs to really ground themselves to where they are currently and understand that where they are currently is not where they were. Okay, that makes more sense, because it's like, so the way they're doing this to me is so wicked. Okay, somebody needs to ground themselves. Somebody needs to be doing like meditations. Somebody needs to understand that somebody, they're going like this to me. I hate that shit, but they're going like this to me. It's like, you're not, snap out of it. You're not there. You're here. You're not with them. You're with us. Like it's like somebody's dealing with certain things, and this is not like to blame or shade anyone. It's like this was all you knew. To be walking on eggshells was all you knew. To be um having to be weary, having to have the way the devil energy is trying me today, because I looked foggy for a second there. So I'm gonna give it a second. And for those of y'all who shouldn't be watching me, y'all see my fingers tingling. You already know. um, Somebody needs to get grounded and understand. It's that, first of all, there's a lot of work that someone needs to do in the grounding. Um, I also, again, if you live in America, there's a lot of grounding that's going to be necessary, because there's a lot of fear mongering going on. And there's a lot that is transpiring all in once simultaneously. It's enough to drive anyone fucking insane. The spirit is like baby steps, baby breaths too. Like breathe. Like don't, you can't, there's nothing you can do to like change what is meant, right? However, listen, me, because I didn't come on here to talk politics. Platform for me anyway. So I'm a firm believer in not being oblivious to what's going on. That's never healthy, right? But also not being an over consumer. You have to know enough of what's going on, especially when it's things that are directly affecting you and your family, right? And you have to know a little bit more than that too. You have to understand and be knowledgeable on a little bit more than that, like outside of your scope, but not be consumed by the information that you are reading, listening to, and also fact checking where you're getting your not your information from. Because there's a lot of fraudulent shit that's being spun, especially like I said, fear mongering, with the purpose of fear mongering. I also feel like, as far as the spiritual community is concerned, my personal understanding with the chaos that's going on in the political world, right? We asked for this. And I know that shit sounds mad. Triggering. Because what? We did though. We asked for this. When you pray and you say, remove anybody who's not for me, and then you turn around and lose your favorite fuckboy, you asked for that. You told God, this is what I need. This is what I want. And so God said, I got you. So you didn't ask God to remove your favorite. You didn't say those words. But what you said was, remove anybody that's not for me. And so no matter who they are, your parent, your spouse, even if it's your children that's toxic and not good in your life, like, you be prepared to lose them because God is doing exactly what you asked for. So that's just an example. To bring it back to the main point is, like, as a collective, especially in the community, in the spiritual community, we've been asking to see, for vision, for clarity. We've been asking for people who have been not living right. There's so many words that I could say, but I'm just like, be politically correct in what I'm saying. So we've asked for people who haven't been living genuinely, have been living abundantly. We've asked for them to show their ass. We've asked for retributions. We've asked for things, emotions, while this was happening and this was taking place. So the times we're living, listen, I was my generation specifically, why I see myself chopping. Because internet, why you keep, why the fuck? I want to ask y'all if y'all could see me, but I can't see the fucking chat, so the fuck is the point of that? But I'm gonna wait for it to clear up again. This is patience. This is God showing me patience. This is also God smacking me in my ass with this Wi-Fi situation, because I haven't been live in a few, I want to say months, because even the last few times I went live, it wasn't given our Sunday services. Like today is given our Sunday service, so it's all right. However, we asked for this, is basically what I was saying. And so before we can get all of that clarity, before we can get the retributions, before we can have the peace or the enlightenment, before we can have any of that we asked for, like verbatim, the words that we use, we had to give space for the clowns to have their masks stripped. We have to give space and give time for people to show us just how evil in nature they can be. so that they can show their ass, so that they can be exposed. I hope that that makes sense. If you with me, you understand exactly what I'm saying. Because like I said, I don't want to speak too much, especially not about politics and all that shit. But the message here overall is the understanding that we need to do the grounding work. If you haven't been doing it, you need to Google that shit and learn what that is. It is imperative. We also have to come to grips with the fact that there's a lot of shit that's gonna happen that we cannot change, right? However, these things, even if no matter how unfair they seem or how unjust, yada yada yada, they're necessary for the greater scope, right? There's so much shit that they're bringing to the front here that I'm like, they keep bringing me something. I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. They bringing me I don't want to talk about that either. They bringing me this. I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. And I think that that in itself is a message, because I feel like, first of all, it's one thing to be woke, right? And to know your shit. But it's another thing to be sinking in that hole. So be very careful, especially those of us who have children, not to sink in these rabbit holes, whether it's conspiracies, whether it's factual shit, whatever it is. Don't be so consumed by shit, because someone's mental health is like on the line here. And when I say someone, I mean a lot of us. You have to understand and be aware of your limits. If you have a circle, if every single one of your friends is just as big of a conspiracy theorist as you, or if every single one of your friends is just as woke as you, if every single one of your friends is just as left as you or as right-winged as you, then you need to remove yourself at a certain point and ground. I also want to say there's a time and a place. Timing. They're showing me timing now too. It's like, time yourself. How long you reading these articles, how long you're watching the news. Like, time yourself. Don't be consumed. Do not be consumed by the information that's like, inform yourself as much as you need to on a day-to-day, but like, you have to be conscious enough to step away from the shit that's being put out there. I also feel like they're showing me a child, but I don't know if it's like someone's child or if it's like the inner child in us. I kind of want to say leaning more towards that. Go back to the basics of like the things that you liked to do as a child. Pick up old, I don't know, if you used to like to sew, if you used to like to play video games, whatever it is you liked and enjoyed doing as a child, pick that up instead of watching the news for 17 hours a day. And I'm being dead ass. Like, I'm not even joking. This is not a game. Because you won't even realize it, and then now you're on the verge of a fucking breakdown. Your anxiety is literally, I know people love to be like, oh my God, I got anxiety. No, bitch, because then when you actually are suffering through an anxiety attack, you feel like you're dying. So I know it's like a meme and it was popular to say shit like that for a long time, but like, I'm talking to people who are dead ass, like, on a wheel right now that does not have a slow down button, let alone a stop button. And they're literally just consuming the news. It's on TV, it's on TikTok, it's on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. The fucked up shit that's going on in the world is all over the place. It's plastered everywhere. From fucking sex scandals to politics to the war to people dying to schools getting blown up, like all type of shit. It's just everywhere, all day, all the time. We have to like pull away, disconnect, and literally ground. I just spent 10 minutes on this same message. Someone is about to get into some type of like activist work, which I'm all the way for that. But again, even for those of you where that resonates, be very conscious, especially if you have kids, of how much you're involving yourself and how much of you're giving. Because we don't want to, we want to give, and we have empathy and all these things, but like we don't want to be in the Queen of Pentacles. That's what we don't want to do, right? So just be conscious of that, collective. Why did we pull from the Lenormand? Somebody explícame eso, please tell me. Yeah, I want to know what's really wild is that I knew this was gonna get dark. I knew this was gonna get dark, which is why I ran out to the patio to grab another deck. Before I get into that other deck, because I'm gonna clarify with the other deck, Three of Wands. Three of Wands, there's light at the end of this. Like I said, we asked for this, but we have to be careful to not be consumed and wrapped up in this shit. I got 10 Wands on the table. With a little bit of faith, right? Little bit of faith. There's a 10 of Wands situation. We got the 6. We got 9 with this 3. And we got the Ace, which when we did the last little spread, the Ace was in the reverse. Remember that? It's in the upright now. Because for some of us too, whether this is in regard to like romantic, whether this is like a general thing, like what I was just talking about as far as like the government and all this stuff, it's going to resonate. It's going to equate the same for everyone. No matter how it resonates, the ultimate at the end, the message here is going to be the same for everyone. Because even for those of you where this is like a romantic connection, someone was in a relationship like recently, like 20 minutes ago, and they're showing me the Kermit. That's why I'm laughing, because if you know me, you know I fucking, first of all, if you ever was in a text messaging conversation with me, you know I'm mad animated, like more animated than in person. And the gif of Kermit going like this, that's my whole life. They're showing me that. They're showing me the Kermit thing. Because somebody's like was in a relationship, and I hate this shit. But it's like, somebody was like, no, fuck this. Fuck this, and fuck you, and fuck that, and fuck him and her too. Like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. I'm off this. Like, I need to be by myself. I need to be single. I need to breathe. I need to heal. I need to be on my eat, love, pray shit. Like, all that, right? And then, because somebody's like walking away, like, I don't give a fuck. And like, you walk and you get halfway down the block, and then bam, another relationship hits you. Nah, because I'm laughing, because you know how they be like, yo, when you get out of a relationship, you got to heal and all these things, right? Cool. And I believe that. Listen, at one point I was single for like almost 4 years, right? But then after all that healing that you would have thought I did, I then, bam, walked into a situation that was the most toxic situation I ever was in my fucking life. You would have thought I would have avoided that after doing all that healing, right? So I used to be in the business of saying, when you get out of relationships, you need to heal and take time to yourself. And I still kind of believe that a little bit too. But like, if there's one thing God taught me, especially in the last few years, is that everybody's healing journey looks different. So I'm talking to somebody right now that was just in something that was serious and committed. I'm doing this because I don't know really how committed the situation was, but it was supposed to be like a serious relationship, right? And they decide to come out of it. And instead of mourning the shit and crying about it and fucking going berserk and losing their mind over the shit for fucking 2 years, somebody's intentions were to be single and like they haven't been single in a long time. This could be somebody who's out of like a 10-year relationship and you're just ready to breathe and explore and live your best life and all these things. And then bam, you meet somebody who is the opposite of what you just came out of. This person, and I don't want to put it on the new person of like, this person fixes you. No, it's this person, there's a safe space in this person that you have either been yearning for or have, and for some of you, you are that person, right? Because if you've been single for a really long time, or whatever, however long you've been single, because I don't think that matters for this message. If you've been single for a while and you meet someone who literally was just in a relationship like 6 months ago, 3 months ago, if it's 2 weeks ago, that's a little bit shady. So like you might want to be careful with that. But you get the idea of my message. It's like if you meet somebody and they were just out of a relationship not too long ago, but you hit it off with this person. Yeah, actually get along. This person hasn't given you a red flag. They haven't thrown no fucking flags at the play here. They haven't, the communication is good. There's understanding here. There's a fucking borderline telepathy, right? That's what it is called. Because somebody's like making me feel like I cannot explain. Like this works. It works. And the only take back or the only setback is that this person is just newly out of a relationship. Like, how serious can I take this? God is going to show you, spirit, the universe, Babalao, whoever you pray to, whatever you believe in, is going to show you like this is some real shit. This is some real shit. Because there's a safe space in this person that is just naturally, it fits. It's like a puzzle piece. It fits. It's like you were just in something, and again, I don't know who you are in this equation. I don't know if you're the person that's just newly out of a relationship, or if you're the person that is dating someone, or just even, I don't even think it's dating yet. Like, I think you're just fate. They keep telling fate. It's fate. It's you come across someone, and it's like everything I was just begging this bozo for 6 years, like you just, and vice versa. It just works. That was interesting the way they just spun that for me. But yeah, I also do, because I spent a few minutes talking about how, like, even me, my personal life, I went for a long time thinking when you break up, come out of a relationship, you need time to heal. I still think that. I just think, again, like I said, God showed me. He gave me a little bit about bows. And he showed me, like, this is not everybody's journey. Like, everybody's journey is going to be different. And so, should you take time? Yeah. But it's like, it's also, you know, the saying when they say, the best things come unexpected. Like, you're not out of a relationship and not 2 minutes and now you're looking for a relationship or you're on dating sites. That's not what I'm talking about. So let's not get that misconstrued. Like, this is like a by chance. This is you broke up and you're not on dating sites. You're not using Instagram like a dating site. You're not on Snapchat looking for new victims. You're not on POF creating new profiles. Like, you're not looking to date. This is you out of a new relationship or out of a relationship, and now somebody's intention is to eat, love, pray. Work on yourself, work on your body, heal, meditate, all the self-help books, go on a retreat, travel by yourself. Like, this is somebody who's like, their intention is geared toward everything they're supposed to be doing for them, to heal them, right? And in that process, in the coffee shop, at the movies by yourself, in Barnes and Nobles, you by yourself, and you come across someone by chance, and it just fits, it just works. That's the scenario that they're showing me here. Again, this is not somebody who's on social media trying to look for replacements. That's not what this is. I I do want to bring it back to like, I don't know why. You know when people get married, um, like in big weddings, how they show like the groom is usually at the altar waiting, like when people get married in churches, and then the bride like comes down the aisle and meets the groom where the groom is at. I don't know why they're showing me something to that extent, but it's almost like instead of it being people, like the bride coming to the groom, they're showing me like a positive and a negative sign, like a symbol, like a plus and a takeaway sign. And it's almost like, I guess this is the energy or the timeline that they're showing, because somebody's still trying to make sense of the timing. It's like someone is just like, I just broke up with somebody a week ago. How I'm in this coffee shop on the best date I've had in 36 years. Like, how? You know? Somebody's really trying to make sense of this. But Spirit is literally saying, like, somebody knew. Somebody understood, somebody knew. This shit should have been done. This shit should have been gone. This shit should have been cleaned up. The timing doesn't matter. Don't let how fast something has occurred or how quick something has occurred. Don't let that discourage you from what's next for you, because ultimately that's what I'm feeling like. Something is next. Also, I want to say, just because you're dating somebody or just because you're getting to know somebody, it doesn't have to be forever. Because I think somebody's like, well, I'm only like, I'm dating to marry. I'm dating, and I mean, everybody has their own preference, but like, how you gonna date to marry and then you're not, so you're only gonna date one person to marry that one person? Or are you gonna date and then like, so you can understand like, all right, I fit better here or I work better here? I don't know why they're showing me options. Somebody may have options and they don't know what to do with that. I'm like, call me, I'll tell you what to do with that. I'll teach you, I will show you. Yo, that's interesting. Because even the lilies representing transformation, but it's the King of Swords. Like, that's not poetic in itself, is insane. I also feel like there's somebody here who has to learn how to be happy on their own. Like, for themselves. Let me get into these. I went for the new Visions Tarot. Oh, this is the bone. I'm like, what card is in here? The bonus card. I went for the new Visions Tarot because this one. Because I knew this message was like a lot heavy and a little bit twisted. So I just want to pull from, like, again, the different perspectives. I want to make sure this shit is not in the reverse. Okay. So we're going to clarify real quick and then we'll wrap because it's almost 2 o'clock and I got to start moving. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat that I can't see. I'll play it back tonight, like before I lay down and look through the chat. I don't like not being able to tap in with you guys. It's not cool at all. Okay. Oh, hell no. This would have been to clarify the dodge. Remember I said the dodge was the whole reason why this message went. Hold up. Because I'm not taking all this. There's no way. But I'm curious. Knave of Cups, Six of Cups, King of Wands, Knight of Cups, which is 8 cups already. 9 of Wands, which is a 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, 8 of Cups. 10 of Wands, 8 of Cups is the same message ultimately. With the Death card. Same message. Okay. 7 of Wands with the High Priestess. This is some shit you... God is still giving you the same message, collective. So that you can learn to stop playing with yourself. Logically, this makes sense this way. Intuitively, this makes sense this way. But yet and still, you were still questioning. Why does this say that? Are we on or no? Yo. You would have thought I don't pay for fucking good service. Because, like, what is happening? It's so funny because I'm like, I don't know if I'm back up, but I refuse to put these cards down. Why are you two playing games? Why? Porque why? I promise I won't go off for this long again. I won't stay away for this long ever again. I promise. They took my... I couldn't see the comments. Now I can't even see the fucking app. It won't even load. On Wi-Fi or off of Wi-Fi. Like, I really don't know what's going on here. Ah, the devil. The devil's working. Z, you up? Can you log it? Can you check if you can see me on the live? You see me? Am I blurry? Thank you. I dead forgot that she was still here. Because I could have been asked her to check for me. But like, having a moment here. Having a moment. Anyway. Devil energy really playing with me. This is... I don't like to rush through my readings. But like, now that I know this Wi-Fi shit. Because I'm literally going from Wi-Fi to regular service. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is spotty. Sometimes the regular service is spotty. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. My phone bill too much to be playing games like this. My Wi-Fi bill too much to be playing games like this. Anyway, what I was saying was, Somebody's playing with themselves and not in a good way. This is somebody knowing something. High Priestess. Knowing something. And still denying themselves. Still doubting themselves. So the minute you start to get real about the shit that you feel, the minute you stop playing games with your own intuition, that's the minute shit starts to lock in. That's growth. The Empress, the Lovers, with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands, which is 2 wands. This is a decision. The Lovers is also a decision. This is somebody taking charge with the Empress. This is somebody taking charge and understanding like, yo, I can no longer just like let things go at the wayside. Like I have to, when things come up, I have to handle it and then not waste my time sulking or like looking back or wondering or guessing. Like I have to make these decisions and keep it pushing, because if not, I'm gonna pile up all this shit. This is also somebody may have been a heavy ass procrastinator. Even if this is not in regard to making decisions, even if this is just like putting shit off that they need to do, somebody's heavily procrastinating or is notorious for procrastinating. They need to learn how to not do that, or they're teaching themselves how to not do that, how to no longer do that. 3 of Pentacles with Justice. 3 of Pentacles with Justice. This is Spirit bringing this in. This is like, this was gonna happen regardless. This was literally Spirit, God, Babalao, whoever you pray to, waiting for you to, when I said the negative and the positive, the groom and the bride, because even if it's not a romantic connection, this is like, think of you and Spirit, you and the divine. The divine is at the altar already there waiting. What you've asked for, what's destined for you, what's meant for you is already there waiting. They're literally waiting on you to walk down the aisle and collect the 200 before you pass go. You feel me? Like that's the energy that this is giving up. The Ace of Pentacles with the 9 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Collective. This would have been, and matter of fact, we just read all these cards. So this literally is clarifying the dodge. This is the reason why this reading went this way. This bad boy right here. I also want to say, don't give nobody else the power to discredit what you've built and all the work that you've done. Internally, externally, however this plays out. Don't give nobody else the credit and the say-so. Because it's like I said, you lose a job, you lose a job. But back in the Venetian days, if you lost your title, you lost everything. You were nobody if you lost your job. You know what I mean? So times have changed. And I think collective, you have to remember that. Because the dodge brought a lot of fear to this reading. A lot of anxiety to this reading. Which is what made me, that's why I kept saying, meditate, ground, meditate, ground, meditate, ground. Like, don't let like the external shit win. The negative external shit. Don't let that win. The fact that we just clarified 1,900 cards. Okay. Because I didn't even read the clarifications for the Ace of Wands yet or the King of Cups. But I digress. Listen, if you've been with me for a little while, shout out to you. You're the MVP, because this platform, I just be all over the place. This is why your girl don't go viral. Because she, like, you got to really be locked in to follow along when I be doing my readings. Because ain't no pick a card over here. All right, so clarifying for that Ace of Wands was Temperance, the 10 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. Clarifying for the Ace of Wands. somebody has a lot or harbors a lot of regret, and maybe even sorrow for something that they know they should have let go of, but they didn't. Because somebody's like, I should have did this a long time ago. And now they're beating themselves up because they should have done something a long time ago. At least that's the feeling. But Spirit is saying, like, you moved in your time. Yeah, did you have the opportunity to do this 12 years ago, 10 months ago, last year? Yeah, but you didn't. You weren't ready. And that's okay. Like, that is okay. With temperance, this is Spirit saying, like, cut yourself some slack. Give yourself some grace. It's essentially when you know better, you do better. And that's all anybody can ask, right? So clarifying the King of Cups was a Six of Swords, which is interesting because the Six of Swords is basic. So the King of Cups is the house. And if you look closely, there's like a little canoe, a little boat here moving away from the home. So these are two different decks. This is the Lenormand. This is the New Perspectives. We're looking at the home. That's the view that we have here, right? Leaving it, moving away from it, harboring the feelings of it. They also giving me the what happens in this house stays in this house, toxic shit, right? But now with this New Perspectives deck, the New Visions, we're actually looking at someone. What is this called? First person? Like we're getting a front row seat to like what it looks like for the person moving away from this. This is somebody who, remember I was saying somebody's afraid they were going to lose their home, but like you were afraid you were going to lose a home that you didn't even build. Or you were afraid you were going to lose a home that you probably should have left a long time ago. This is somebody growing past that fear. We already broke down the Dodge. For the coffin, we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords, which is a Nine of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords. Which is the Six of Swords. Am I tweaking? The 7, first of all, 9 swords plus 7. What's 9 and 7? 15, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Wait a minute. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's a 7 of swords. Hold on. The Queen of Wands. First of all, 7, 7, 7. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. Seven, 7, 7 could be important for somebody. However, somebody feels stuck. Somebody feels stagnant. Somebody feels like, I'm going to say this quickly. I'm not going to stay on this because I don't do these type of readings. Somebody feels like they've been stunted. Their growth, their expansion, their abundance has been stunted because of some type of like witchcraft. Like this is someone saying like, oh, so-and-so or someone put like a spell on me, and so all of my hard work never gets validated. I'm never at peace emotionally. 7 of Cups. Like I'm always constantly in this position of like in my head, and all of my great ideas and all of my dedication and all of my energy is always, I'm always depleting it for no reason, because of what someone did. What someone did. And it's something that's not right. It's something that was vindictive. It's something that was malicious. I do want to say this is clarifying the coffin. This is clarifying the coffin. Some of you have a toxic feminine energy in your space that you need to break away from. Touche. Someone has a toxic feminine energy in their life that they need to break away from. They need to put it to rest. They need to close the door. It's not a coincidence that Eugene would make the coffin card, which is an ending, the happiness card, which is the 9 of Pentacles. But you have to, and you can only do this on your own. And when you're ready, on your own time. Pentacles, time. We're going to move on from that. Six of Wands is a The Six of Wands is clarified by the Devil. This card was face down. So it's something you have no idea about, right? I do want to be very clear on this though. Because if you look at this Six of Wands in this card, in this deck, there is no one in the card. It's an empty card. It's just masks laid out all over the floor. I think that someone did enough work or is doing enough work on themselves that by the time devil energy comes knocking, and for some of you, devil energy is a person, a Capricorn, right? For some of you, it's just the energy. It's just like the negative feelings. It's the negative projections, right? For some of you, it's a group of people. By the time this comes knocking again, no one's going to be home. No one but blessings, because there's a cross on the window. It's literally, this is something that is, it's like the energy, the negative energy. Like, let's say, for example, when I was just tapping into like the spell, if it has somebody by the balls for a little while, someone has moved past that. Someone has looked past this, the window. Someone is like, I'm no longer going to allow myself mentally or emotionally, the head and the heart, to stay stuck in this paradigm where somebody else is in control of how my life turns out. So by the time the devil comes knocking, there's nobody home. Now, clarifying the lilies is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. The King of Swords, which is transformation. I feel like whether this is in regard to one relationship or multiple relationships, again, romantic, platonic, work, whatever, there is this energy of like a brotherhood, even if it's women. There's like a likelihood, like a soul tribe energy, soul family energy. People, the same way you've gone or you're going or you will be going through this transformative time, other people are also going to be experiencing that. Do not be surprised, collective, if you start coming into union with people who may have been some of the most toxic motherfuckers to walk the planet in reference to the people that they were involved with. And today, now, in the time where you're dealing with them, they may have been through some shit. Because again, someone has grown up, someone is growing past certain things. This is like all the black sheets coming together. This is responding to things in a new light, reacting to things in a new light, etc., etc., etc. The point and the best highlight of this whole reading has been this. The validation that devil energy needs in order to survive, it's no longer getting that validation. And I'm saying validation because it's the Six of Wands. And if you've been with me for a while, you know Six of Wands, other people read it as like a happy, because the work is being done regardless. I read the Six of Wands more from like a shallow standpoint. It's like, as much work as I've put in, it's not about me doing the work. It's about me getting the If I did all this work and nobody congratulated me about it or noticed it, then it don't even matter what work I did. How low vibrational does that sound? So then what is the point of the Six of Wands? Right? Because the Six of Wands, somebody is like, even if you've done like a baby step and someone's acknowledging you, then all right, I'm going to do the next step. But only because someone's going to acknowledge me. Because the minute someone stops acknowledging me or people stop acknowledging me, then I'm not going to do no more steps. So you're going to jump off the cliff because people are not patting you on your back? You need to go back to the drawing board and understand or figure out why the fuck you need that validation so bad. I've been reading the Six of Wands like this for months. It's no surprise today, collective, to see the devil energy knocking on on a door of an empty room. If this doesn't signify doing the work that needs to be done to overcome this shit right here, whether this is one person, whether this is people, whether this is just an energy, this right here explains the whole reading to me, for me. The devil's knocking, but nobody's home. And I think that's the best response. For some of you, there's someone that can no longer contact you. For some of you, you have cut the cord. Absolutely, cut the cord. Death energy, collective. I love you guys wholeheartedly, and I'll fuck with you guys the longest way. My bad, we had some technical difficulties with the service today because devil energy was trying to knock our door down. But we didn't give up. We pulled through the messages. I'm actually starving and I gotta keep it moving. So I love you guys. I may be back for the, I don't even know what day that falls on. I'm like, do I got a calendar on here? I don't know what day that falls on, but we might come back for the full moon in Leo. I might come back a few days before it. Today's the 9th, so technically if it's like the 12th, I might come live tomorrow, the 10th. I don't know. Point is, we might come back for a full moon in Leo reading, like an energy check-in. And don't tell nobody, right? I mean, tell everybody. Like the video, share the video, do all the things, right? Because I think we might be back to Sunday service. So, I love you guys, and I'll fuck with you guys the longest way. Please don't hesitate to hit that like button if anything resonated or if you were able to get some type of positive insight. Don't let nobody's dusty ass son or daughter fuck with your energy, like I always say, right? And I will catch you guys in the next one.